Alrighty, we are here for our second set of notes dealing with SOHCAHTOA, our trig ratios. We are going to use our trig ratios to find the missing sides of a right triangle. So to do this, we have to have at least one acute angle and one of the sides, and then we can use any of our trig ratios that work to find the missing sides. So you really want to label your picture because you have to decide which sides do I have and which sides do I need. So for example A, angle A is 28 degrees and the hypotenuse is 7. So I need the opposite leg and I need the adjacent leg. I have the hypotenuse. So I'm going to go for A first, and that's the opposite leg, and I have the hypotenuse, so that would be sine. So I'm going to say sine 28 equals A over 7. I then multiply both sides by 7, which gives me A equals 7 times the sine of 28. You cannot multiply the 7 and the 28. The 28 is trapped inside. You need to use a calculator. The calculator on your phone has it. The calculators on the computer have it. iPads, you can just search and find a calculator that has the trig functions. So I'm going to do the sine of 28, find out what that equals, then multiply it by 7, and I get 3.29. So now I'm going to do the adjacent leg. Well, adjacent, so toa is cosine. So I have cosine of 28 equals b over 7. So I multiplied both sides by 7, so b equals 7 times the cosine of 28. I plug that into the calculator and get 6.18. Alright, so example 2. This time I'm given angle B is 61 degrees. Side A is 21. So looking at this, I have the adjacent leg. I need the opposite leg. I need the hypotenuse. So I'm going to go for the opposite leg first. So opposite and adjacent is tangent. So I say tangent 61 equals b over 21. I multiply both sides by 21. So b equals 21 times the tangent of 61. Plug that into the calculator and I get 37.89. C is a little bit trickier. I have the adjacent leg. I need the hypotenuse. So that would be cosine. So I do cosine of 61 equals 21 over c. Well, here's the problem. C is in the denominator, so I need to get c out of the denominator. So I multiply both sides by c. So I now have c times the cosine of 61 equals 21. So I'm going to divide both sides by the cosine of 61. So I now have c equals 21 divided by the cosine of 61. I can plug that into my calculator and get 43.32. Alright, so moving on, example 3. Angle B is 46 degrees. I'm given the hypotenuse is 48. I'm looking for the adjacent leg and the opposite leg. So I'm going to go for adjacent first, and I have the hypotenuse, so that would be cosine. Cosine of 46 equals a over 48. Multiply both sides by 48, so a equals 48 times the cosine of 46. Plug that into the calculator and get 33.34. So now for the opposite leg, well, that would be sine, so S-O-H, opposite over hypotenuse. So the sine of 46 equals b over 48. Multiply both sides by 48. So b equals 48 times the sine of 46. Plug that into the calculator and get 34.53. Alrighty, almost done. Last one. We have angle A is 39 degrees. Side A is 12. So this time I have the opposite leg. I'm looking for the adjacent leg and I'm looking for the hypotenuse. So I'll start with the adjacent leg. I'm going to use tangent because I have opposite and adjacent, so tangent 39 equals 12 over b. Again, I got to get the b out of the denominator, so I multiply both sides by b. So b times the tangent of 39 equals 12. Divide both sides by tangent 39. I'm going to plug 12 divided by the tangent of 39 into my calculator and get 14.82. So now for the hypotenuse, Well, I have the opposite leg. I'm looking for the hypotenuse. That is sine. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So sine 39 equals 12 over c. Again, I got to get the c out of the denominator, so I multiply both sides by c. So c times the sine of 39 equals 12. Divide both sides by sine of 39. So c equals 12 divided by sine 39. Plug that into the calculator and c equals 19.07. All right, so that's how you find the missing side of a right triangle if you have an angle and one of the sides. All right, good luck everybody.